In today's news, total debt for the BVI's financial year ending in 2023 is at 118 million. Community development policy coming in 2024. The first 100 days in office rewarding, says Dr. The Honorable called DAWSON. The opposition's decision to walk out was immature, says Damian Grange. And Christmas in the city is to honor Keith Candyman Foy in the 25th year. In addition to that, DDM warns of impacts of the Sahara dust plume. We have the details of this and so much more when 284 News returns.
Angie, how can I get my claims paid quick? Rent's due next week.
CG processes 99% of claims within 5 days. Remember when I was hang-gliding with those goats? I caught a gust of wind and flew right into a moving car. Every appendage was in the cast, and they paid fast and fairly. That's what I get for trusting a man with a mustache and an eye patch. Now I gotta go. I'm meeting the guy who bedazzled my toes.
99% of claims are processed within 5 days. CG Insurance. Good like that.
Catch all the action from the 2023 NFL games with CCT Live on various channels, including ESPN Channel 412, ESPN2 Channel 413, Telemundo Channel 315, and Fox Channel 304. When you subscribe to any CCT FAHIE plan, you'll automatically bundle CCT Live. For more information, visit your nearest CCT store or give us a call at 444-4444. Choose CCT Live and enhance your game day experience.
Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of 284 News. I'm Ron Grant, bringing you the very latest out of Tortola in the Virgin Islands. A happy Wednesday's wish to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining us. Beginning our newscast on the local scene, Premier of the Virgin Islands, Dr. The Honorable Natalio D. Wheatley has revealed that the total debt for the territory at the end of the 2023 fiscal year is estimated to stand at some $118 million. The announcement came during Premier Wheatley's 2024 budget address on Tuesday, November 21st, while detailing the $382 million budget for 2024.
Development projects under the Recovery and Development Agency totaled $9.48 million. Total government debt at the end of 2023 will stand at $118.98 million at the close of the year, of which $88.49 million is foreign debt and $30.49 million is local debt.
The theme for the 2024 budget is Planning Priorities and Progress, Building a Sustainable Nation, which according to the Premier and Minister of Finance presents overwhelming evidence that the BVI's economy and its people have developed and demonstrated an awe-inspiring level of resilience in the face of a myriad of challenges and shocks. He also spoke to what he calls the BVI's strong economy, which he says will continue to lead the path for greater self-determination.
We have demonstrated great resilience in the management of public resources, and we continue to have a healthy economy. In addition to the resilience in the economy, we have also responded to political shocks with a reform process that will ultimately prepare us to continue along the path of self-determination. Madam Speaker, the Virgin Islands economy fared well, and our people have endured.
Premier Wheatley also addressed the uncertainty ahead and the impact that the world's global economy will have on the Virgin Islands. Additionally, he warned that residents should be prepared for what may be ahead.
We must strengthen ourselves for the journey ahead because there are many tests. This is reflected in the analyses of the global economy, which impacts us because we are intricately connected to what is happening in the rest of the world. And if there is one lesson to be learned from our experiences over the recent years, is that the global situation is very volatile and can take a complete about turn in an instant.
Premier Dr. The Honorable Natalio D. Wheatley has revealed his government's intention to introduce a community development policy that will include the establishment of district councils across the 9 electoral districts. According to Premier Wheatley, there will be 11 district councils, which will be on Anegada and Jos Van Dyke, each having their own district council.
Wholesome, engaged, and close-knit communities are very important for the sustainable development of a nation. In the upcoming year, the government will be introducing a community development policy that will include the establishment of district councils in all 9 districts. including an additional counsel for Jas Van Dyke and additional counsel for Annie Gada.
Premier Wheatley, who is also the finance minister, listed some of the responsibilities of the district councils and some of the community projects that will be undertaken within the district's coming 2024.
The district councils will be responsible for organizing and coordinating community events and will of course need a venue for meeting and holding activities. 3 community centers that are in urgent need of rehabilitation have been budgeted for repairs, totaling $920,000. They are the King Garden Bay Community Center, the Eastern Langlock Community Center, and the Bruce Bay Community Center. Like the other community centers, they were recently repaired. These will be upgraded with smart features.
Dr. Wheatley also revealed that some $1 million has been allocated for each of the district councils for the development of community projects.
In speaking about the district councils, Madam Speaker, important to note that $1 million have been allocated for development of community projects in each of the district for a total of the district councils.
Premier Wheatley first made mention of the possibility of district councils at a press conference in July of 2022. At the time, he said the district councils would offer better representation to each resident in each of the districts. Now, the Premier pointed to the Commission of Inquiry report, which recommended a similar entity as a solution to resolving some of the issues within the BVI communities across the territory.
In the COI report, the COI didn't necessarily call it a district council. They called it a panel that can perhaps involve civic-minded persons in each district being able to administer programs, as opposed to programs simply being administered by a district representative who got assistance grants through the House of Assembly. We are currently constructing a system, and this is being led by Honorable Julian Fraser, Honorable Marlon Penn, and Honorable Neville Smith, who formed a committee to look at the reform of the House of Assembly, really constituency engagement by having constituency offices and by proposing these very same district councils that you mentioned to allow persons in the communities to get involved in the decision-making and the administering of programs in their districts that will help to uplift these districts.
And viewers, up next, we have more on the local scene. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
At Higher BVI, we're not just about business. We're about empowering lives, and that is because we aspire to inspire. By choosing us, you're supporting a company that believes in equal opportunities, diversity, and community growth. Our mission goes beyond profit. It's about providing HR solutions, fostering talent, and leaving a positive impact. Join us in building a better future, a better BVI. Choose Higher BVI, where your support isn't just a transaction, it's a transformation. Together, we're changing lives in these beautiful Virgin Islands.
This November, the sun rises on the northernmost island of the Virgin Islands and shines over an unforgettable 3-day experience. The Caribbean's most anticipated food festival, the Anegada Lobster Festival. The 24th to the 26th of November, the island's best restaurants present their best lobster dishes and other delicacies while you and 3,000 of your closest friends soak up the sun. Enjoy music from top bands, seaside activities, and win awesome prizes. There's nothing quite like the Anegada Lobster Festival. The 24th to the 26th of November. Book a room or catch a boat and be there. You'll see it's the taste and fun you need.
Only in Anegada, it's the best you will ever. It's a fun time together. Wanted to last forever.
Black Friday just got better at VI Motors Parts Point on Virgin Gorda. Join us on Friday, November 24th from 8 o'clock a.m. to 5 o'clock p.m. for the ultimate Black Friday sale. Score big with a whopping 20% off the entire store. Yes, you heard that right. 20% off on vehicle parts, tires, filters, tools, batteries, and all your favorite car accessories at VI Motors Part Point. But wait, there's more. Spend $20 or more and get a chance to win a 55-inch smart TV, a 10th generation Apple iPad, a $100 gift certificate from VI Motors, a $100 gift certificate from CTL, or one night stay at the View Hotel. This isn't just a sale, it's a celebration. We're bringing the party to you with delicious food, refreshing drinks, and lively music. This Black Friday, make VI Motors Parts Point your destination for incredible savings, fun, and a chance to snag that fabulous 55-inch smart TV. Mark your calendars, Friday, November the 24th, from 8 o'clock a.m. to 5 o'clock p.m. Drive into savings, rock into the festivities, and win big. Only at VI Motors Parts Point on Virgin Gorda.
Welcome back, viewers, and thank you so much for sticking with us. Continuing on the local scene here in the British Virgin Islands, 1st District Representative Dr. The Honorable Carl Dawson has described his first 100 days in office as rewarding. Dr. Dawson, who is the Junior Minister for Agriculture and Fisheries, made the comment while appearing on 284 Media's Just for the Record First 100 Days series. As a first-time legislator, Dawson said the experience so far has been interesting and one that he continues to learn from each day.
Well, the first 100 days, I'd say, have been interesting, some challenges, but overall, I would still say rewarding.
Okay.
My aim in seeking to be elected was to serve firstly the persons in the 1st District who elected me, and then try to contribute to the overall growth and development of the territory. We still have a very long way to go. But I feel that there have been some good early steps that suggest to me that we can make progress. I can make progress as an individual legislator and as a district representative, and certainly I can contribute to the growth of the territory overall.
The elected official also spoke about some of the issues that have affected the 1st District and steps he has taken to resolve such issues.
Within the 1st District, the campaign trail offered me, an opportunity to get to know people better. So following up with that, after that, there would be times when I would, of course, be interacting with persons, understanding better their needs. Some of them I'm able to assist right away. Others, it's more challenging. Some of them might involve more resources than I have available to me. As far as the work in the 1st District and the work overall, I try to follow along based on the things I promised on the campaign trail, so that some of the issues that would have come immediately, issues related to water, issues related to the incinerator, and so on. Even though they weren't necessarily that I could find the absolute solution, I still try to continue to press and try to make some progress on those issues. And I feel that there has been some progress, at least we can have a better idea of where the solution may lie.
One of his most talked about accomplishments has been the Cultural Thursday community activity in Carib Bay that he said has become a staple in the community in its short time.
Another thing that I guess perhaps caused the most excitement in the district was the starting of the Cultural Thursdays in Carib Bay. That was the I would say only time-bound promise I made on the campaign trail. I said at that time, after 4 months, that we would, if the people were willing to work, we would have that initiative going.
What has the response been so far for that initiative?
The response has been tremendous. That the persons in the district, and particularly I'd say in Carib Bay, the feedback I've gotten, they say Carib Bay feels alive. You know, it feels alive, that there's opportunity for persons to sell their products, whether it's cooked goods, and whether the fishermen have been able to sell products at the Cultural Thursdays, farmers have been able to sell products. And the key thing that made it alive is the number of persons that's come from around the island into Carib Bay, the excitement that it's created around the music, around the food. And the thing that to me people most appreciate is just the camaraderie. They say it's just a nice lime. You maybe meet somebody who you hadn't seen for a while and you're just hanging out there. So it's in that sense, it's done what I thought it could do. It brought culture alive, brought community alive, and it was truly is a community effort.
The full interview, viewers, visit all 284 media platforms. Continuing on, talk show host Damon Grange has labeled the recent decision by His Majesty's loyal opposition to walk out of the House of Assembly without returning for the session as immature. Grange made the comment while interviewing Leader of the Opposition, the Honorable Marlon A. Penn, who also stands as the 8th District Representative, with his co-host on the local radio program Talking Points. While admitting to being a supporter of Penn, who represents his 8th district, Grange said the message interpreted from the decision can be damaging, especially to residents who are public servants.
Honorable Penn, a number of persons, government employees for example, have been unhappy. Increments are still not completed, right? So what if every government employee band together now and walk up? And I'm just not happy with the impression that this move gave, and I also thought that you could have done something differently, even though you're justified or you have a justified reason. I think it was an immature act on the part of the opposition.
Penn further said while he respects the opinion of Grange, he believes the move by the opposition at the time was the right decision made collectively by the members. He also highlighted some of the concerns that sparked the opposition's decision to walk out, including what he described as a last-minute addition of a $14 million schedule of additional provisions, which he said included approximately $100,000 in travel expenses for the premier.
We know what we're talking about, and it gives us the opportunity to discuss with the public what we've been discussing in private with the government for the last 6 to 7 months, and bring awareness to the level of behavior that has been prevailing with successive administration. This didn't start with this current administration. For the last premier, we had some of the same behavior that was being conducted. The government believed they could just bulldoze everything through the House and use the House as a rubber stamp, an extension of the executive. And we had to bring that level of awareness. The only tool that we had in our arsenal was this at the time, and we felt it was the right tool for us to use at that time, so we could bring the awareness, have the conversation with the public about these issues and the issues that are impacting them as well. Because the issue of the Trade Commission suspension has implications. The issue of the Jury Act has implications. The issue of a $14 million provisional spending without no consultation, without no discussion, brought to the House in a cloak of darkness, with $100,000 in that for premier for travel. With 2 months left in the year, you going around the world, a world tour?
Penn's response added fuel to Grange's point of precisely why the opposition should have at least returned to the debate some of the important subjects on the order paper. Grange believes that it would have been critical for the opposition to be present during the debate stage to question some of the allocations made in the schedule of additional provisions, which would have allowed the public to more be informed on the intricacies of the government's spending.
We have confidence in certain voices that are elected.
You do?
Yes.
Okay.
And I do, certainly.
Okay.
And if the opposition had stayed in the House, however long you did, and your voice is heard on, for example, the debate in the South, I would have loved to hear you, Honorable Penn, argue why the premier needed $100,000 in travel budget at the end of the year. Your voice was absent from that, and your voice is critical to that debate, and so that is why I'm disappointed. Anyway, we can could disagree on this and the approaches, but like I say again, I expressed why we did it. I mean, what we thought at the time. I mean, hindsight is 20/20. We could always find reasons why we should have done something differently, but we still feel strongly that we had to draw the line in the sand, start the dialogue and discuss in the public spaces.
Viewers, up next we have more on the local scene. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of it. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes, Sonny.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must have cut front of people.
It's okay. I'll take care of it.
What? No man fit that.
How may I assist you? Yes. You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
There goes my new car. Guess I'm back on my bike.
Your bike? CG offers new car replacement. Remember my monster truck days? Well, one night I attempted a 50-foot pogo double backflip. I landed it and went to karaoke. It wasn't until afterward that my car got hit by that fisherman. He gave me some great mahi-mahi though. Anyway, they paid fast and got me in a new car. Now call a cab. I want you to meet my alpaca guy.
New car replacement for the first year of ownership. CG Insurance. Good like that.
The push was to understand whatever we need in the second district, or whatever we need even in the Virgin Islands, we have the capacity, we have the resources, we have the knowledge.
We have to improve our primary health care. What we have seen over the years, anybody could tell you this, we have seen a decline in the level of primary health care. That is the clinics.
I think party politics, political agendas, after April the 24th should have been put aside.
How do you move government resources? How do you better understand the system? How do you get your piece in there first and so on to make sure that you get the most?
Folks will hear things about what we have in mind to get done for the district very soon.
The government who is responsible for all of these policies and programs, they're the ones who really have the handle for all of these things.
We saw the challenges in terms of how those funds were being misused and mismanaged, and we need to ensure that we have a transparent system in place to ensure that persons who need help are able to get help.
We are not going to be able to attract the kind of investment that I just talked about, that you and I just talked about, in terms of new money and new business, unless we clean this country up.
This fall, we're bringing you closer to the heart of democracy. Introducing Just for the Record, First 100 Days. We asked elected members of the House of Assembly of the Virgin Islands to account for their actions, successes, and shortfalls at this significant milestone since their swearing in. Find out starting Thursday, November 2nd at 8 p.m. Just for the Record, First 100 Days exclusively on 284 Media. Welcome back, everyone, and thank you so much for sticking with us. Continuing on the local scene here in the British Virgin Islands. Christmas in the City will this year honor the founding members and entertainer himself, Keith Candyman Foy, as part of its 25th year of celebrations. The event seeks to bring together the Virgin Islands and friends on December 1st and 2nd this year to ring in the Christmas season with food and music in a block party style. Speaking on this year's edition in a recent interview with myself, 284 Media and CCT manager and organizer, Mrs. Janice Brathwaite Edwards, spoke about the journey thus far.
Ron, from the day it began, because I was not a founding member. I used to sit on the committee as a product manager at the BVI Tourist Board. So I was there, and I've just watched it grow and grow, and I think the founding members would not be as happy as they should be because it has evolved to something that is totally outside of what they originally wanted. But it has grown with the people who have ventured to take part, the people who feel that, you know, they have their contribution to make. And so what we do is we just swear a little bit with whoever comes and they'll do whatever they need to do. And this year we have a lot of exciting things happening.
Now, the city manager then shared that the founding members, along with Mr. Keith Candyman Foy, who has been a part of the activities as an entertainer since its very inception, will be honored for their stalwart contributions.
Also are going to do the honoring of the 4 founding members this year. But more importantly, we have one entertainer that has been with us from the very beginning. Wow. And that's Mr. Keith Foy, better known as Candyman. For us, it's a little sad time because he's not well.
Okay.
And we want to give Candyman some flowers while he's still alive. And we pray to God that by the time we get to the 1st and 2nd of December, that he's still alive. For us, unfortunately, he's not in the BVI.
Understood.
But we are going to give Candyman the flowers that he needs this year.
Amazing.
Because he's been with us from the first day until now. He would be if he was here, but
Understood.
Unfortunately, he's not able.
Brathwaite Edwards also shared who the other founding members are that will be honored.
Founding members are, as we start with Portia Harrigan, and that's Lady Sarah.
Yes.
And then we have Marlene Pentrotman, who used to be Marlene's Delicious Designs
right
way
there.
back then.
Yes.
And then we have Cromwell Edgewenka Smith, who does his talk show. And we have the late Honorable Dolores Christopher, who left This Christmas in the City in the hands of Janice Brathwaite Edwards and Lynette George.
Amazing.
So for us, it will be an honor to honor those 4 founding members.
Additionally, she said the participation this year has increased, particularly around the youth.
This year, the public can expect great things. We have a whole new set of young people.
Awesome.
I mean, this year, as I've said before, I'm not been well, but I didn't have to do a lot of work. People call me, they want to book, and so our Friday has evolved into a bigger Friday than usual. We have the disabilities people, they will be there at 10 o'clock on the Friday. And then we have a lot of little children who feel they need to showcase, and I feel good about the fact that they want to showcase and let you see what we can do. Yeah, we have our people coming out of the woodwork this year. I mean, people calling and saying, can I take part?
And for the full interview, viewers visit all Tweet 4 media platforms. The Department of Disaster Management has issued a report on the current air quality conditions across the Virgin Islands as the territory continues to experience a heavy surge of the Saharan dust. According to air quality index readings, recent dust levels are measuring higher than average. The department advises residents to take necessary health precautions, especially those who work outdoors. The report categorizes current air quality as moderate to high, with AQI readings ranging from 50 to 70. An alert level of 2 has been declared. Certain groups are most vulnerable to health impacts from the Saharan dust exposure, including children, babies, older adults, and those with underlying lung diseases. Seasonal allergy sufferers may also experience aggravated symptoms like runny nose, sore throat, and itchy eyes, of course, including those who are asthmatic. For people with asthma, they say, or other respiratory conditions, the dust can negatively affect breathing, so extra care should be taken. Having an inhaler on hand is also advised, and recommendations to limit the dust exposure include spending more time indoors, choosing less strenuous outdoor activities, and wearing a mask when outside to avoid excessive inhalation. On the regional scene, devastating floods brought on by torrential rainfall have left at least 21 people dead in the Dominican Republic, authorities have reported. The heavy rains over the weekend also displaced thousands and caused extensive damage. Among the dead were 9 people killed Saturday when rains caused a highway tunnel wall to capsize in the capital, Santo Domingo, and which failed on a number of vehicles, the National Police said. Now, the floodwaters had apparently weakened the foundation of the concrete barrier wall. Videos on social media shows cars being swept away by rushing waters and buildings completely flooded. Over 13,000 people have been forced to evacuate their homes to a more secure shelter. President Luis Abinader said that this, and I quote, is the largest rainfall event ever in the nation's history, and insisted it's proof that climate change must be taken seriously. He declared the flooding has caused extensive and substantial damage. Rescue agencies have aided in over 2,500 people so far, with over 2,600 homes being impacted. Multiple provinces remain under alert status. Classes have been called off until this week so schools can be evacuated and evaluated and ensure student safety. Reports say 45 communities have been left without communication. The storm has also knocked out power and damaged roads along with bridges. This latest flooding comes after Tropical Storm Franklin killed 2 and forced some 3,000 evacuations in the Dominican Republic back in August of this year. Viewers, that is it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for your daily news updates at 284media.com, and of course, like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Ron Grant. I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a safe and enjoyable evening. Happy Wednesday. Goodbye.